All right, welcome to CanHammer, everybody, your source for 40K from the Great White North. And we are joined tonight by two 40K luminaries of the Ottawa area. We have Peter bringing his Necrons back to the fray, and Garrett. Actually, are you more a 30K luminary, Garrett? You're more 30K?
I illuminate in
the
first millennium.
in both millennium. All right, you've spanned two millenniums. So Garrett is coming and he's bringing his Chaos Knights. Actually, first time we've had Chaos Knights on the channel, so that's pretty cool. We'll have to see whether it's kind of just like Knights, but slightly more distorted, or if they got some different tricks. Okay, so this is a second of 4 ETC practice games this week. We are going to be playing ETC Mission 2, and this is in preparation, of course, for CanHammer Team Tournament. Peter, shout out your team.
I am with Team, oh my god. Team Rockville, Team Sequence.
Team Sequence. Okay, you're not the captain though. Okay, then you should learn the name if you are. And Garrett, you're with Team
Cohorts of Chaos.
Okay, so we'll see if you guys end up meeting, actually. That would be interesting. So we're going to play this game and come back, and we'll be right back with the lists.
Hammer House, guys.
All right, here we got Garrett and the Chaos Knights.
So first attachment, Chaos Knights. First attachment's Iconoclast. So a single war dog with autocannons.
Okay.
Another singular war dog with autocannons.
Armatures for those Imperial Watchers.
Armatures, yeah. A Paladin equivalent Chaos Knight.
Paladin equivalent. Okay, what's the real name?
So it is.
We should learn.
It is a Knight Despoiler.
The Knight Despoiler, which is the Paladin. Okay.
He's going to be the Warlord Knight.
Okay, the yellow guy is the Warlord.
Yellow guy's the Warlord. So he's got, the Paladin loadout. He's got Knight Diabolus is his Warlord trait, so +1 attack.
+1 attack, okay.
And his relic is the Veil of Medringard, the 4-up to shooting. So his shield is improved by 1 for shooting.
Okay.
4-up involves shooting.
4-up involves shooting, okay.
Second detachment is another Iconoclast detachment.
Wait, so that's basically the same as the Imperial, just like a different name.
And not as good.
And not as good, okay.
Because it's I think the Imperial one's a trait, right? Not a relic.
Oh yeah, it's a trait.
Stack it a bit better.
Yeah, it's a trait.
So the second detachment is another Iconoclast detachment of 3 Dreadblades.
Okay.
With no Dreadblade rules because Dreadblade rules are horrible.
The Dreadblade is like the Free Blade equivalent, basically.
Yeah, so you can nominate any knight to be a Dreadblade, which I'm going to nominate these 3 because they're sort of painted not like the sort of primary guys.
Okay.
But not giving them any packs or burdens or anything.
Yeah.
Because those are super bad.
Yeah.
So another Paladin equivalent guy.
Okay.
A Errant equivalent knight.
Which is called what?
Well, they're both Despoilers. They're just
different loadouts.
Different loadouts.
Okay.
And then the third one is going to be a Knight Rampager.
Knight Rampager.
So sort of a gallant, but with an exploding 6 mechanic if he uses his big melee weapons.
Okay, cool.
And rounding it out, a -1 CP auxiliary support unit of Nurglings.
6 Nurglings. All right, they're going to score you the most points in the game.
So I have the biggest boys and the littlest.
And the littlest boys. Don't step on your own guys.
I think we need a post-game Nurglings versus Scarabs show-off. It'll be longer than that.
See how many turns it takes. Okay, cool. So that's Chaos Knights. We'll come back with Peter's list. All right. The power of the Tomb World. A blue and gold tomb work, or bronze. It's kind of cool. I like the scheme. Okay, so this is a slight variation of Peter's normal list, adjusted for ETC. So what do you got for us, Peter?
So it's sort of your standard big 6 over here on the left. We got a Air-Wing detachment with
Soltec
with
Doomsize.
3 Doomsize.
Okay, standard fare, okay.
Then we have a heavy support detachment with the 3 Doomsday Arcs.
Yeah.
They are Nihilakh Dynasty.
Nihilakh, okay.
So that gives you reroll 1s if you do not move.
Okay.
For any reason at all.
Just like half as good as the Iron Hands, but there you go, okay.
Yeah. And then we have a Cloak Tech.
A what, sorry?
We have, leading the detachment, we have this Cloak Tech. Here?
Oh, you mean a Cryptek with
Sorry.
a cloak?
The Cryptek with a cloak.
Okay, we're not all familiar with
Sorry.
Necronese.
And then we have 9 Tomb Blades.
I don't know what the Necron chat is like, but it's like,
We just speak in ones and zeros and hieroglyphs.
Okay. Cryptek?
And then we have nine Tomb Blades.
9 Tomb Blades, okay.
All but one has shield veins.
Okay.
And all but 2 have shield veins. One has a Shadow Loom, which gives you a 5-up invulnerable.
Cool.
And then one is just vanilla.
Okay.
And they're all Tesla.
Tesla,
so that's
okay.
a lot of Tesla shots.
Okay, their stock just went up today, okay.
And they're in a fast attack detachment. We have that's the Novok Dynasty.
Novok, okay.
Which is rerolling 1s on the charge.
Okay.
Sorry, rerolling all your hits on charges, being charged, and heroic interventions.
Okay.
We have a Destroyer Lord. He
Okay.
is the Warlord.
That's that dude there, okay.
The only thing that counts as on him is a War Scythe.
Okay.
And he has the War Gear of a Blood Scythe.
Okay.
And a File Carry, which allows him to heal D3 wounds a turn instead of 1.
Okay.
His Warlord trait is called Crimson Haze. Everything within 6 inches of him, on 6s, you roll additional attacks.
Okay.
So it's like exploding 6s, but you have to roll for it, but you get to reroll those exploding 6s.
Oh, okay.
So it generates a few extra hits each turn.
Okay.
And then we have 12 Wraiths.
2 units of 6 raids.
So 6, all with whip coils.
This reminds me of Yoshi's 18 Wraith list, 8 units of raids that he ran at CZBB 2 years ago. Okay.
Apologies all for the damage on them. I haven't had time to fix them all. And then we have a unit of everybody's favorite
Everybody's
Scarabs,
favorite Scarabs. Okay. Cool.
who are better than Nurglings, I swear.
Okay, we're going to come back with the mission. Okay, we're playing ETC Mission 2, which is called Scorched Escalation for some reason. So this is a hammer and anvil deployment. So we've got hammer and anvil like this. And they rolled off, and Garrett allowed Peter to pick. Well, first they placed their objectives. These 3 objectives here, and 3 objectives, 1, 2, there. And then eventually, so long story short, Peter picked this deployment zone.
Not
and
that side.
No, Peter picked this one, and Garrett picked that one. And Garrett's going to get to deploy first, and then eventually choose to go first or second. So that's how it is. This is basically progressive scoring. At the beginning of your turn, you score a VP for every objective you hold. You can score 2 VP if you raise it, and you can only do that if it's in your opponent's deployment zone. If you do raise it, it scores you 2 VPs, but then that objective doesn't count for progressive or endgame scoring, only for cards. And endgame scoring is 2 VP for each objective you control at the end of the game. That's still alive, basically. And the Maelstrom is pretty simple. You get to play 2 cards in the first 2 turns, 3 cards in the middle 2 turns, and 4 cards in the last 2 turns. And that's about it. And then there's skill points. So pretty straightforward. So we're going to start getting deployed, and we'll come back after deployment.
And that was my admin.
Alright guys, we've deployed here. So Garrett deployed Chaos Knights first. He's got 6 Nurglings here, and then his Knights just scattered around here. And the one armored war dog there, and the other war dog back here. And Peter's deployed kind of far back as he can with all his flyers and his Doomsday Arcs, and then a line of raids and the Tomb Blades behind them, and that's pretty straightforward. So, Garrett, are you going first or second?
I'm going to go first.
Garrett wants to go first. Peter.
Well, we always have C's.
Yeah, I think this is very reasonable. Garrett wants to go first, and you probably want to go first too. So.
Oh!
Oh no! It's the C's.
Oopsie.
Okay, so we're gonna come back. Necron's turn 1.
The black and yellow.
All right, Necron's first turn. Pulled Endless Legions, or no, that's Secure Objective 1, and Overwhelming Firepower. So he's moved his Tomb Blades up, full advance. Re-rolled it with a CP actually. The raids have all come up in advance, and of course the backline has stayed the same. And here come the flyers. Teleporter.
What were you saying about characters though?
Because
It's harder to hit the characters with the mortal wounds.
with the
You have to roll like a
mortal
5-up or something.
And I might be able to do more damage with the mortal wounds overall, but its
Potential to fluff is higher.
potential to whiff is super high. So
And the last flyer. Okay, we'll come back at the end of the Necron turn. We'll see how many knights are still alive.
Oh, what's that?
Okay, Necron's
Those
turn
are
1,
shooting things.
and nothing happened. Like 2 wounds done to this guy, 6 wounds done to this knight. Those dudes are basically fluffed, and these guys didn't do very much, and that is literally it. So Garrett has escaped very lightly. Still scored secure objective 1, so it's 1-0 for Necrons going on to Knights turn 1. Retribution.
You're telling me I got a chance.
All right, Knights turn 1. Garrett pulled overwhelming firepower, and this secret objective, you can have 1 objective that you don't show per turn. There it is, okay. He's just moved up his knights. Peter did a good job of move blocking with these flyers, and so the knights are just kind of piled up here, and he's got some guns in range and trying to shoot down some Doomsday Arcs, and that's it. So we'll come back at the end of Knights turn 1. Okay, so end of Knights turn 1, all the knights had to shoot at that Doomsday Arc to kill it on the end there, and it died. And we can't charge anything because of these planes. So that's it. And Garrett scores overwhelming firepower for 1, and that one.
Oh yes, and
You
that
have
one.
to score it if you can score
Yep.
it, yeah. So you scored 2 points, and you got first strike. And so therefore it is 3-1 for Knights going into Necrons turn 2. Alright, Necrons turn 2 pulled no prisoners and still had overwhelming firepower. These raids have pushed up here and there. The flyers flew all over here, and we're just discussing that the flyers have a minimum move, and because of the it fits it sits rule, they can't really land on these runes, so you got to be kind of careful where you fly, actually. So they're going to hope that they made some space for themselves. And the Toonblades didn't move, it seems, and the Doomsday Arcs obviously didn't move. So we'll come back at the end of Necrons turn 2. Alright, Knights turn 2. Necrons turn 2. So, shooting was both awesome and crappy. So, one Doomsday Arc fluffed, the other one did 17 damage and blew up this red knight. And then, this guy did like 9 damage, but then these 2 planes fluffed. And then the raids charged in and did very little, and then the white knight here killed 4 raids, and this red knight did 1 damage to those raids. It's so up and down, it's crazy. Anyway, so the grand sum of it is that Peter scored overwhelming firepower and no prisoners, and he scored 2 points at the beginning of his turn for holding those 2 objectives, which you've now left, by the way. So he scores 4 points, so it's 5-3 going on to Knights turn 2. Okay, Knights turn 2. Garrett has dropped down no prisoners and secret, which is this. And so this knight is just falling back. These guys kind of shifted around and, just moved out. That guy, he left combat, I guess, that guy there. Okay.
Yeah, so he left combat right here,
Yeah.
the rampage.
And this guy
here.
left combat here. Okay,
Aaron, so-
cool. And he's going to score 2 points at the beginning of his turn for Eternal War. So we'll go on to the rest of turn 2 for Knights. Okay, Knights, end of turn 2. So shooting did kill a second Doomsday Arc. These raids died in combat here, and these raids down to 3 from these 2 Knights charging. And actually, they got pretty good 3-up saves on these raids here. Survived that pretty well. And that's about it. So Garrett scored 2 points of Eternal War and scored another 1 point for no prisoners. So he is up 6-5, going on to the top of 3. All right, so we're in the movement phase for Necrons turn 3. So now they can drop 3 cards. So you drop secure 4, 2, 3, and 4.
2, 3, 4, yeah.
Okay, and these guys managed to survive death by runes. And they're across the back now, the 3 flyers. These 3 raids fell back and are over here, and the 2 maids are going to move somewhere. And that's it.
Tomb Blades are actually not going to move.
They're not going to move. Okay, so we'll come back at the end of Necrons turn 3. Alright, Necrons turn 3. So, White Knight died, Armiger died. That Warlord did like a bajillion damage. This Armiger didn't got shot up, but he got charged by these raids and took 6 damage, so he's down to 4. And this Warlord's still unwounded. And so Peter scored 1 point in Eternal War and 1 in the Maelstrom. So it's currently 7-6 for Necrons going on to Chaos Knights turn 3. All right, Knights turn 3. So we pulled. We still have Defend 2, Secure 2, and 2 is that one over there in the corner, and Secret Objective. right here. Okay, so Garrett's only got a few models. Those Nurglings have come out here onto that objective. And this Armiger is pulled back here because it's kind of useless now in combat. And this Knight is pulled over and is on objective 2 right over there. And so the aim is, I guess it's okay to explain your strategy now. But so the Armiger is useless, so he just needs to come out and be safe. This Knight can hold that objective, but he needs to kill the Wraith and he needs to kill this Flyer. And then right now, the Doomsday Arc cannot see the Knight. He would have to move. And so then he wouldn't get a reroll ones, and he would be -1 to hit.
Yeah, and I have less range on my gun.
And you have less range on the gun.
Yeah.
So lots of reasons to make that Doomsday Arc move, and these 2 runes here give that ability. And these 2 flyers are flying way over here and are going to be out of range. So it's actually worked out well. See if we can score some more points here for Chaos Knights. And so we'll come back at the end of the turn. Okay, so unfortunately turn 3 for Knights was not great. This Knight came over, did no damage to the Flyer and shooting, and only killed 2 of the Wraiths, and then the Wraith, before dying, which Peter's forgotten about the whole game, did 6 damage to this Knight, and that's it. So no points scored for Knight, so it's still 7-6 to Necrons, going into 4. Maybe we'll just play a quick turn 4 if this Knight dies and it's over.
Yeah.
Okay, so turn 4 summary, basically. Actually, nothing much happened. These 2 Knights survived, and then the Nurglings died, and then Garrett struck back and did like 3 damage to that plane. And that's it. So it's 12-8 right now, and it would only get worse, so we're going to call it.
Yep.
Good game, guys.
Yeah, good game, buddy.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think?
What is
I think you lasted longer than you thought you would, Garrett.
Yeah, I thought I was going to get absolutely lit up. And that did happen. It just took a little longer than I thought it would.
Yeah, like Peter fluffed a lot of stuff in the first couple of turns.
I definitely had some a lot of swingy shots there.
Yeah.
When you said I'm going first, I was like, oh crap, here they come, and I just
Yeah, well, I guess the Seas...
The Seas didn't do anything, actually.
The Seas only really changed things as far as board, like, maneuvering around.
Yeah, because your Knights would have been a bit further forward.
Yeah.
Well, I've watched a few Chaos Knights battle reports. I kind of pay attention to them because they're Knights and they're dangerous, and they can charge turn 1 across the board basically.
Yeah.
And you're...
But they're probably the house that Garrett didn't pick, right? Seems like all the good stuff in the house that you didn't pick.
No, you can pull off a turn 1 charge because you can advance, and then say you get like a good advance, you spend the 2 CP, and you can charge off the advance. So it is possible.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the dream. Like as soon as I knew that I was if you had the Seas, my very first measurement would be, how far is that first unit away? Because that's what I'd be looking for.
That is exactly why I put my race right up front.
Yeah.
And because at that point I remember my rules about whip coils. So.
Actually, I quite like your list, Peter.
Yeah.
Because the Wraiths are hard to kill. They're pretty killy, actually. They have a lot of nifty things like falling back and moving through runes and all this sort of stuff. They're a good, useful screen because they're hard to kill. They take up space and they can fall back and still charge and stuff. So I really like that. I really like your list. Yeah. I'm not a fan of the triple flyer thing, except for the fact that your flyers are decent. Like actually decent without the mortal wound bomb.
Yeah.
And they're a pain in the ass because they have strong shooting for horde and they have strong shooting for anti-vehicle. But do you need that shooting when you got 3 Doomsday Arcs is the question, right?
Recently there was a tournament where a guy brought 5 Necron flyers. So imagine that 90-degree pivot only. 3 of the Doomsize and 2 of the Night Size, so they're the transport version.
Yeah.
And I have no idea how he took 4th, I think it was.
Well, the Necrons are strong. I think people just discount them because people keep saying Necrons are bad. But actually, a good Necron list played by a good player is good.
Well, they'd have more respect in the grand scheme of the meta if there was more Necron players.
Yeah.
But there really isn't that many people playing them.
Yeah.
So while they are good, they don't have the exposure that makes people aware that they're...
And as we all know, most people on the internet just regurgitate what other people tell them and try and be cool about it.
When Peter put his list up in the chat, because we had full transparency, and I saw Doomsday Arc, fuck.
Yeah, it's bad news.
So I am trying to move away from this, but it's just so good right now.
No, you can't move away from Doomsday Arcs. They're too good.
Yeah,
Maybe you could give up the 3 flyers.
Yeah.
Put more raids in, man. I think Yogo has a whole bunch.
I do have enough to do 18 race, but I'm just I'm waiting to do a full melee list. So you can pump up Praetorians to strength 8.
Yeah.
Which against Knights.
And I think those old ones or whatever they're called, mangled ones or
flayed ones. Yeah, they went down. They went down,
but they're still pretty expensive though. Right?
They're so expensive. They're more like chaff.
Yeah.
They're chaff clean. They kill guardsmen real good.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Okay, well, thanks for coming over, guys, and giving us a great game. Thank you very much for watching, guys.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for watching on stream. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night. It will be Normal Knights versus Seer Council. And then Thursday, Raven Guard.
What do you mean,
versus
Normal Knights?
Normal Knights,
What's that
yeah.
supposed to mean?
Although these guys pretty much like Normal Knights, but without the good stuff. and then Raven Guard versus Iron Hands on Thursday. So thanks for watching.